What up, y'all? Welcome back to the Fade with Golden Tate. Today we're going to keep it nice and clean and quick, but I do have a few questions. Number one, could the offensive MVP come out of the NFC South? Is there another superstar brewing up in the AFC East? And the Jets, what's wrong with them? Stay tuned. Let's get into it. The stadium on Sunday was heard yelling MVP, MVP, and Tez thought they were yelling for him. Now, I will say this, that catch he made on his fingertips for the tutty, one catch, 45 yards, was pretty spectacular, but you're going to need more than one catch for them to be yelling MVP, bub. That MVP was for Baker Mayfield, and he has earned it. No Emeka, no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin, no Berkey Irvin, no problem. This guy is playing at an elite level right now with little around him, but he is making them better. He's elevating that whole organization's mindset, the game. After Sunday, sitting at 5-1, completing nearly 70% of his passes. He's got 13 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, and he's got a top 3 QBR. He's efficient. And the organization is really taking on his personality as a gritty, loud, unapologetic organization, and it's fun to see. You see guys they believe. They believe. Rashad White is out there chirping to the big boys. You got the old line that's feeding off his energy as well. Just the belief is at an all-time high for the Bucs. Now, I am expecting a call from the Buccaneer organization any day now to ask me to come out of retirement because they literally have no receivers, that are available. All their guys are hurt, besides Sterling and Tez. So I might have to get the hammies warmed up, get on back out there. But anyway, now the 49ers, woo, them boys got it bad right now too. They've been plagued by the injury bug as well, and things just got worse. They are losing the leader of their defense. The quarterback of the defense, Fred Warner, is out, needs surgery on his ankle, and from a player's lens, that is a huge hole to fill. It almost feels like it's unfillable. What he did for that organization and for that defense was spectacular. They just let him roam. I mean, this guy knew the game plan to a T, was in the film room nonstop, understanding what the other team was going to do. He's a physical specimen, and now he's just done. And you got to replace a guy who's getting 120 tackles a year, a guy that's going out there getting interceptions, PBUs, flying around, making tackles, obviously. How do you replace that? This is going to change the whole dynamic of the defense. What he was bringing to the table was he was an on-the-field coordinator. He was like another defensive coordinator. He was able to get guys into the right positioning, D-line, DBs, his fellow linebackers. He was out there calling out what the offense was going to do, so he was able to get his run fits. They played him as a whole player almost. They let him roam because his instincts are so incredible. And so, they are going to miss this dude. I mean, this run fits are going to be different. Middle zone reads, and it's going to be very vulnerable. Now, guys aren't afraid to run the ball up the middle because you don't have Fred Warner. You don't have Bosa. He's out too. So I'd be up the middle, on the edge. It doesn't matter. Guys are not going to be scared of the 49ers anymore because they're missing some very key parts. Now, we know that they found a way. Shanahan just finds a way. He finds a way, and he will moving forward with a trade or something. But boy, they are going to be missing Fred Warner, and teams are going to run a lot more 12 now. They're going to run more 12 and just run it right up the middle of the field. But just want to speak about the human part of it and what it means for the guys on the team who saw that happen. You could tell like it was like you just popped the balloon. They were deflated. Guys are taking knees and they're understanding like, dang, we just lost like the one of the captains of this organization who's been a captain for a long time now. And seeing him be carted off is just like, oh crap, what do we do now? Now, the 49ers, once Fred was gone, they shifted to more cover three because you had to simplify the defense and they were exposed. Baker Mayfield started popping them down the seam, hitting them down the seam, hitting them down the seam, big play after big play. And they're going to have to make some adjustments. This is a second week straight we're talking about the Pats. After watching Drake Maye handle business in Highmark Stadium in Buffalo against the Buffalo Bills, I wanted to see some more. And so I tuned in, and he gave me some more. Drake Maye and Vrabel, this marriage is a very nice one. I think it's going to work out very nicely for everybody involved. Drake Maye's performance for the back-to-back weeks I've watched him has been spectacular. The guy's completed over almost 70% of his passes, threw for 3 touchdowns that were all explosive plays over 25 yards. Very efficient with the ball, 140 rating, 0 turnovers, and that's key. That is key. That is key. That is key in NFL football. But look, man, this guy's commanding the huddle like a seasoned vet. He looks comfortable. He's taking what you're going to give him on offense. If you're going to come up there and get one-on-one and press us and single high, we're going to create rubs and hit you deep. And that's what we did for a couple touchdowns. If you're going to get back out of there and give me time in the zone, I'm going to pick you apart on the drive routes and the holes and the seams. And he just looks like a vet. He makes it look easy. It's like right now what he's doing is reminding me of that boring, I'm a huge golfer, that boring golfer that just shoots a sneaky, it's just like a sneaky 73 or 74. He just hits the fairway, gets on in regulation, 2 putts. On occasion, he overdraws it, and it's, a 6 to 8 footer that's straight, and he makes it for birdie. And next thing you know, you're like, what'd you shoot at the end of the round? He's like, I shot 74. You're like, what? Just playing the game the right way is the point I'm getting at, and that's what Drake Maye is doing. And Vrabel, this ain't a rebuild year. This is just a reset. What this guy's doing is reminding me a lot of what he did in Tennessee. He just wants you to play smart, fundamental football, be in the right place, play as a team, do your job. And you see a New England Patriot team that is doing their job. All the guys individually are doing their job so well that is making them play very well collectively. That is the game of football. And as long as they are hanging onto the ball, being efficient on third downs, and limiting the penalties, the New England Patriots are the real deal. They are the real deal. And so I'm excited to continue to support this team and watch this team with Vrabel. But look, complimentary football is always going to be good. The defense sets the tone and the offense finishes. And even this last on Sunday, aggressive on 4th down. Hey, I like it. I like it. But look, it reminds me of Tennessee. The DNA that Tennessee had when Vrabel's there was situational discipline and toughness. And that's exactly what we're seeing with the New England Patriots. Number 9. That's the number we will be focusing on today in regards to the Jets and the Broncos over in the UK. And this is why. The Jets probably traveled roughly 9 hours over to the UK to play that ball game. Justin Fields was sacked 9 times. Justin Fields had 9 completions for the game. 9 completions. The New York Jets had negative 10 net passing yards in this game. And while we're on top of it, since I'm in the mood of being petty, if you flip the number 9 over, it's 6, and the Jets are 0-6. And you got some frustrated folks over in that organization, and it is very visible, and people are starting to catch it on camera. Garrett Wilson didn't understand the game plan when they went forward before the half on 4th and 1 on a fake punt, got it. But then with 30 seconds left in another 4th and 1, they let the clock tick-tock to 0 to go into halftime because Aaron Glenn didn't want to take the chance of giving them great field position and allowing them to score some points. I got some questions that I kind of need some answers to. Like, why not just punt it the first time then? Like, why go for it once and then get closer to you being in scoring position and then not go for it? I don't get it. I don't get it. But listen, this organization is a dumpster fire right now. They got a lot of things to work on from top to bottom. The quarterback situation is awful. 9 for 17 with 45 yards, and that was net 10 passing yards after all the sacks and stuff. Garrett Wilson, one of the best receivers in the league, three catches, 13 yards on 8 targets. Very visibly frustrated, as I understand, and I would too. One of the things I always struggle with is, look, statistically, I don't care statistically if we're winning games. Hey, if we're not winning games and statistically I'm having some good days, I can deal with it. But to not get the ball efficiently and to lose, ooh, that boils my blood because I put in so much time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears to get ready for the season, and not to be utilized, or it hurts. It's frustrating. Now, we all knew the Broncos defense was dominant. Their top 5 defense and pressures and sacks and overall defense. That's what Sean Payton wants to do to you. We knew that. But 9 sacks, dog, that's wild. 9 sacks tells me that you don't have the players to protect. You don't have the game plan to even be serviceable. And also, that's just bad coaching, dude. 9 sacks in an NFL football game? 9? That's just a combination of all those things I just mentioned fall into one spaghetti bowl. However, Jets got their first turnover of the year. Good job. Got the first one. Maybe this is the start of something great for the defense and they can get some turnovers. But, hey, NFL fans over in London that went to watch that game, I would be emailing the NFL trying to get a refund or a few pints of beer or something, because that game you guys had to go watch, that was a rough one. All right, appreciate y'all tuning in to The Fade for another episode. I'll see y'all later this week.